invisible illnesses, realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. And I know this because I was doing it. And I got to tell you guys, I realized something this morning. Um, I was lamenting to a friend of mine, you know, I have felt so crappy for so long. And this sounds so crazy, but I haven't really had a break in almost a full year because everything went to hell when I let them put me on a medication called Cymbalta. And that was last March. So it's been a year of literal hell. I It gets overwhelming, and I really noticed this weekend. For a long time, I got to the point where internet trolls, they didn't really bother me because why let them, right? I mean, why the hell give my power to some freak who's just trying to upset me anyway? Not worth my time. It's not worth my attention. But lately, I'm just like, oh yeah, f you, and I don't want to. I don't want to be a pushover, but I don't want to be that person. I don't want to keep putting negativity out into the world. There's enough of that. And it's not going to solve anything. It's not going to change their mind on whatever I'm outraged about. It's stupid. I'm not judging you if that's how you want to spend your time, but no, I don't have the energy for this crap. I need to get my mind back in order. So let's talk about how do you create a positive mindset. This information is from Inc.com. Number one, you have to understand that you can I'm even have a hard time saying this, let alone doing it. You can control your attitude. Look, we can't control what other people are going to do, obviously. We can't control a lot of what goes on around us, but we can learn to control how we choose to respond, and it is a choice. If we're angry, it's a choice. If we're happy, it's a choice. It's really that simple and yet that complicated. Life is not what happens to us, it's how we respond, it's how we choose to respond to what happens to us. Number two, you need to start reframing things positively because, it's so easy. As I'm up to here in health issues and battling with the insurance company and just all this madness going on that I don't need. But it's what I've got on my plate. And, all I can do is, well, okay, I was approaching my health from this perspective and it didn't work. So now what do I do? I just got to find another approach. And you know what's the worst part? I know what to do. I know what to do. I've done it. But and I know it's just an excuse. I don't understand why the hell I cannot get my head together and get back on track, but it's been so hard. But anyway, we've got to reframe things positively. Okay, you know what? My health does suck right now, but you know what? I never gave up my love for exercise. And many years ago, I was really into cardio kickboxing. And then they were like, yeah, you can't do that anymore because it taxes your body more than you're capable of recovering from. So they set some pretty harsh parameters for what I can do for exercise. I know the lighting here is obnoxious. Sorry. Anyway, it's like, how in the hell am I going to find something that burns off my stress and anxiety and fits within these really narrow parameters? Well, then I found it. And you know what? I'm really grateful for that. That's how I have to reframe this positively. And I dance, and my dance teacher is in Melbourne, Australia. And we've talked back and forth enough via her Patreon page and on YouTube that she actually wrote a choreography with my health situation in mind. Okay, I could focus on the fact that my health sucks, which it does. Or, okay, my health sucks, but look how cool this is. This woman literally across the world. She's teaching me to dance. She's helped me find something that really works for me and helped me find a passion for it. I tried several other dance teachers before I stumbled across Elisa. You know, it was just something about her that clicked. She is part of how I reframe things positively. She just is. Like this morning, I was doing a workout I hadn't done in a while and a choreography I hadn't done for a while, and all of a sudden I totally forgot it. I got a shout out. We were warming up and we were going over this move, and I'm thinking, man, this feels so damn good on my back. And right as I had that thought, she said something along the lines of, "Hey, Courtney, I hope this is helping your back. This should feel really good." And I was like, that's so cool. That's how I have to reframe things positively. Maybe you're a salesman or saleswoman. Um, oh, hey, I can see comments. How you doing, honey? Or at least I can see part of your comment. But maybe you're a salesperson and you go in, it's Monday morning, and your first call just you fall flat on your damn face and you're embarrassed and you're pissy. Well, you know what? If you have a strong attitude, you're going to get over that pretty quickly. If you have a weak attitude, you're going to say, "Oh my gosh, this sucks. I can't do this. My whole day shot. My week's just it's just not going to work. I'm going to have a terrible week." Well, of course you are. You have a crappy attitude. You have a weak ass attitude. But if you say, "Well, that didn't go well," and you don't have to be happy with yourself, but acknowledge it didn't go well, take a step back and look at the situation. What can you take from that? What can you learn? If you've got a strong attitude, if you've got some resiliency, you're just going to pick up, brush off, and look, okay, that didn't work. And you're going to move on to something else. You're not going to dwell in it. You need to look at what went wrong and adjust. And that's with all aspects of your life. Number three, you need to create a library of positivity. You guys, there's books, there's podcasts, there's books on Audible, there are YouTube channels, there are so many outlets you can turn to, and you can get some good positivity in your life. You need a good foundation. Okay? You need to spend about 15 minutes a day. That's all. That's all. Aren't you worth 15 minutes? You should be. Spend 15 minutes listening to or reading something that you find uplifting and hopefully educational. Maybe it's something, hopefully, it'd be something that helps you learn more about yourself. But if you will do that, excuse me, if you will do that when things start to get bleak, you've got that solid foundation to lean on. Now, I'll be honest with you, I had that solid foundation, but I get into a weird mindset of screw it, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm not proud of it. I'm just being honest with you. But spend 15 minutes a day working on yourself. Just giving yourself, you don't have to do anything really in depth at this point if you don't want to, but spend 15 minutes putting positivity into your life. You'll be amazed at how quickly it's going to make a difference for you. And I'll be honest, this is something I've forgotten. I wish I didn't, but I really love politics. And holy crap, you want to talk about negative? That's about the most negative thing in the country, isn't it? And I've gotten where I'm spending too much time listening to that. And that has a big role in why I'm struggling so much. It just does. I'm not doing my 15 minutes of positivity every day. Excuse me. Number 4, avoid angry and negative media. Now, I'm not telling you to not be uninformed, but think about it. The 24-hour news cycle exists to keep you pissed off, because if you're not pissed off, you're not paying attention to them. You're going to ignore them. You can be informed without being obsessed. Limit your exposure to those kinds of things. And honestly, I know a lot of you don't want to hear it, but you need to make sure that you're learning a little bit about the other side of any situation, because you can't trust. You really going to trust these clowns in the media today to give you an honest assessment? They don't even bother trying to hide their bias anymore. You are going to have to do a little bit of work, and you're going to have to dig a little bit through the bias if you truly want to be informed. But you are not going to be informed sitting there watching the freaking 24-hour news cycle. You're just not. And it's going to drag you into a really negative mindset. It's not worth it. Number 5, I need to follow this advice because lately I've been really responsive to crappy people, but ignore the haters. Ignore the whiners, ignore the complainers. Screw them. Why let I just did this the other day. Somebody made an ugly comment about my looks and I got really pissed, which okay, guys, seriously, do the hell better. It is the lowest hanging of fruit to get on a woman about her looks. Be creative. I mean, truly, that is so you're boring. That being said, I was in a bad mood, which by the way was my choice. And then I chose to let this random jackass get me all upset. Why? It was so stupid. Ignore those kinds of people. Look, the people in your life that come to you and complain all the time, complainers don't want solutions. There's a difference between somebody coming to you with a problem and someone who constantly comes to you just to complain and whine and dump their crap on your shoulders. You need to, it was uncalled for, but I usually don't let people like that get, I mean, really, that's all he wanted was attention. Well, he got it. Congratulations. I mean, he's still a, excuse me, but he's still a shit person at the end of the day. I don't have to live with that. He does. But we need to ignore people like that. They don't, negative people, they just don't want you to be happy. Although I will say one more thing about it. I thought it was so funny. He got all pissy with me. Well, you just posted that for attention. Well, yes. Isn't that precisely the purpose of social media? We put stuff out there in hopes it will garner attention because otherwise, why the hell would you ever post anything? Anyway, he's a dumbass. And I chose to allow him to upset me. And what was really funny was the comment was about my hair. And I would tell you, all the insecurities I have, I'm not insecure about my hair. I have nice hair. God was very kind to me. It's other than going to the salon to keep it colored, it's super low maintenance. I don't have to do anything really on a day-to-day basis. And I'm really grateful for that. But dude, you can't insult my hair. I just know. Anyway, last point, number 6, words matter. Words matter. What we say to ourselves, it's everything. Oh, I can't. Oh my God, that's impossible. Oh, that's never going to happen. Well, no, it's not ever going to happen because you just made sure it wasn't ever going to. If that's how you feel about it, how much effort you ever going to put into it? None. Oh, I can't. Well, no, because you've already given up before you've even started. It's impossible. Really? Somebody's probably done it. Success leaves a trail. You want what they have. Figure out how they took the impossible and made it possible. Instead of, my big thing is always, well, I'll figure it out. When people ask me how I'm doing, when I'm really, really stressed, I mean, if you're if you're someone I'm comfortable with, really comfortable with, I'll tell you, holy crap, I'm stressed. I'm at the end of my rope. But most people, I try to, and it's not because I'm trying to shine anybody on, but I just try to be positive. It's like, you know what, things aren't great, but I will figure it out. And you know what? My track record thus far of figuring this crap out is pretty good. So I'm doing something right. Anyway, I got to get some freaking curtains so that I can stop with this cross lighting because it's obnoxious. And yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. I will be back Wednesday at 11 o'clock Alaska time.